For the last 30 years, the West has been sleeping. We believed that if we engaged with China, if we traded with them, they would eventually become like us. We thought they would embrace democracy, freedom, and the Western order. We were wrong. While we were focused on quarterly stock earnings and election cycles, Beijing was playing a 100-year game. They have a specific date circled on their calendar, 2049, the centennial of the People's Republic. By that date, their goal is not just to equal the United States, but to displace it as the primary global superpower. This isn't paranoia. It is written in their 5-year plans. It is evident in their military buildup. It is visible in their dominance of the technologies that will define the 21st century. In this video, we are going to expose the 5 pillars of the China takeover. We will look at how they cornered the global supply chain, why their navy is now larger than America's, and the terrifying reality of the AI arms race. The transition of power has already begun. The only question is it too late to stop it? Most Americans still think of China as the place that makes cheap plastic toys and sneakers. That is a dangerous misconception from the year 2000. Today, China is the world's factory for the things that actually matter. They don't just want to assemble the iPhone, they want to own the technology inside it. Look at the green energy transition. The West is pushing hard for electric vehicles and solar power. But guess who controls the supply chain? China processes 60% of the world's lithium. They process 80% of the world's cobalt. They dominate the production of solar panels and EV batteries. We have walked right into a trap. We are dismantling our fossil fuel energy independence to switch to a green economy that is almost entirely dependent on our primary geopolitical rival. If Beijing decided tomorrow to stop exporting rare earth minerals or battery components, the US auto industry would grind to a halt in weeks. Our defense industry, which relies on these same minerals for fighter jets and missiles, would be crippled. This is not trade, this is leverage. And they are ready to use it. But manufacturing is the old war. The new war is happening in the invisible realm of code and quantum mechanics. Vladimir Putin once said, "Whoever becomes the leader in artificial intelligence will become the ruler of the world." China took that literally. While the US government debates regulations, China is pouring hundreds of billions into AI, quantum computing, and biotechnology. This is the Sputnik moment of our time. In the US, AI is being developed by private companies for profit. Better ads, better search results. In China, AI is a national project with a military focus. They are building civil-military fusion, where every tech breakthrough from the private sector is immediately available to the People's Liberation Army. Imagine a swarm of drones piloted by AI that can outmaneuver any human pilot. Imagine cyber attacks that can shut down the US power grid in seconds, powered by quantum computers that can crack any encryption code we currently have. China is currently graduating 8 times more STEM students, science, technology, engineering, and math, than the United States every single year. The gap in human capital is widening. We are losing the brain race. For 70 years, the US Navy has ruled the oceans. We could park an aircraft carrier anywhere on Earth and project power. That era is ending. China now possesses the largest navy in the world by hull count. Yes, American ships are still more advanced tonnage-wise, but quantity has a quality all its own. More importantly, they aren't trying to fight us in the Atlantic. They are building a fortress in the Pacific. They have developed carrier-killer missiles, hypersonic weapons that travel at 5 times the speed of sound. These missiles are designed to do one thing: sink US aircraft carriers before they can even get close to the fight. This strategy is called A2/AD, anti-access/area denial. They want to push the American military out of the first island chain, away from Taiwan, away from Japan, away from the Philippines. If a conflict breaks out over Taiwan, the US would face a terrifying choice: intervene and risk losing tens of thousands of sailors and multiple carriers in a matter of days, or stand back and watch the balance of power in Asia collapse. Beijing is betting that the American public does not have the stomach for that fight. While they build ships, they're also buying friends. This is the Belt and Road Initiative. It is the largest infrastructure project in human history. China is going to Africa, Latin America, and Southeast Asia, and they are saying, "We will build your bridges, your ports, your 5G networks." And we don't ask questions about human rights like the Americans do. But this comes with a price. It is debt trap diplomacy. When these countries cannot pay back the loans, China takes the assets. They took a strategic port in Sri Lanka. They are eyeing bases in the Atlantic Ocean on the coast of Africa. They are effectively surrounding the West. They are securing the raw materials for their factories and the votes in the United Nations to shield them from criticism. The US is playing checkers, trying to manage alliances. China is playing Go, surrounding the opponent's territory until there are no moves left. We discussed the death of the dollar in previous videos, but we must understand China's specific role in it. They know that American power rests on the dollar's status as the global reserve currency. It allows us to sanitize our debt and sanction our enemies. China is actively building an alternative financial system. They have created CIPS, their version of SWIFT. They are launching the digital yuan, a programmable currency that bypasses the US banking system entirely. They are striking deals with Saudi Arabia to pay for oil in yuan. They are the driving force behind the BRICS alliance expansion. Their goal is not necessarily to replace the dollar immediately, but to create a sanction-proof zone. A large part of the global economy where the US Treasury has zero power. If they succeed, the US loses its ability to print money without consequences. The inflation we are seeing now would look like a joke compared to what happens when the dollars come flooding home. So, when does this all come to a head? Experts believe the most dangerous window is between 2025 and 2030. Why? Because China has demographic problems. Their population is aging rapidly. They are running out of time to get rich before they get old. They might feel they have to act soon to secure Taiwan and cement their dominance before their internal economic problems slow them down. Simultaneously, the US is politically divided and distracted. We are arguing about culture wars while they are preparing for real war. This is the classic Thucydides trap. Throughout history, when a rising power threatens a ruling power, war is the result in 12 out of 16 cases. We are walking the razor's edge. The China takeover is not a future event. It is a process that is happening right now, every single day. It is happening in your smartphone, in your bank account, and in the oceans across the world. The United States is still the most powerful nation on earth, but empires do not fall because they are invaded. They fall because they become complacent. They fall because they overextend themselves. They fall because they ignore the rising tide until it washes over them. The 21st century will be defined by this competition. Whether it ends in a cold peace or a hot war depends on the decisions we make in the next 5 years. The world is changing. The East is rising. And the old rules no longer apply. If you want to stay ahead of these geopolitical shifts and understand how to protect your assets in a volatile world, make sure you are subscribed. The era of stability is over. Welcome to the era of competition.